Let's begin! So, in this game of life, are these entities that can last lifetimes or shapeshift or whatever it may be, are they players like us in the simulation, in the game, or are they the NPCs? Are they the devs, the developers? Who are these entities?
They're not clones. It's worse than that. Everyone's talking about celebrity clones, but what if I told you it's not cloning? It's something the Bible warned us about 3,000 years ago. And you've seen it. Your favorite artist suddenly acts different, or your favorite actor, a different energy, different eyes. And people say they cloned them. But listen, cloning is the cover story for what's actually happening. The Canaanites practiced sacrifice to Moloch, but it wasn't just killing. In Leviticus 18 and 21, they call it passing through the fire. They were performing soul transfer rituals, harvesting life force and putting entities into other bodies. That technology never died. It just went underground. When someone signs their life away to the industry, that's a covenant. It's a trauma-based programming, and it fractures the original soul. And rituals create the opening. The original person dies spiritually, and a prepared entity walks its way on in the same body, but a different driver. And that's why they seem off. In Mark 5 and 9, it says legion, multiple entities in one body, familiar spirits. In Leviticus 19 and 31, it says demons that mimic the person they replaced. This isn't new. It's ancient Canaanite tech repackaged for entertainment industrial complex. It explains sudden personality changes, lost memories, and different mannerisms, and doing unspeakable things without remorse, because their conscience left. And what's operating now is something else entirely. They don't clone bodies, they steal them. And you're watching it happen in real time.
But for what ultimate purpose? To control the game? To influence pieces in the world? What's the ultimate goal here?
I thought this was a cool video of the energy coming from cathedrals. Check this out. So all the cathedrals, sacred buildings, they were all built on ley lines. And it's interesting because the kingdoms would make dowsing illegal for you to find the energy ley lines. Now look at that. That is the manipulation of the ether right there. That's what these buildings would do. So they would heal the people because they are tuned into the Earth's grid. And people can look into the Bovis scale. It was a dowsing scale where they would look up sacred buildings and they would look up the energy of those sacred buildings. And the higher the scale, the more the sacred energy. But I just wanted to share this because I thought it's a really cool example of the energy that we cannot see and is only picked up.
Stuff like that really makes me kind of appreciate and analyze and understand the vastness of the knowledge that we don't understand. You look at things like the burning down of the Library of Alexandria, and it baffles me how much knowledge was lost.
Did you know that over 40 inventors of free energy devices have mysteriously died or disappeared since 1970? Stanley Meyer developed a water-powered car engine that could run on ordinary tap water. 6 months after demonstrating his breakthrough, he collapsed at a restaurant, claiming he'd been poisoned. Eugene Malov, a respected MIT physicist, published research on cold fusion energy extraction. He was brutally murdered just days before a major energy conference in 2004. John Hutchison created anti-gravity devices that defied known physics in his laboratory. Government agents raided his facility multiple times, seizing all equipment and research. Each inventor faced the same pattern: breakthrough announcement, then harassment, financial ruin, or death, their energy patents were immediately classified as national security threats. Family members report mysterious phone calls and surveillance before each tragedy. The timeline is too consistent to be coincidence. Someone doesn't want unlimited energy reaching the public. The fossil fuel industry has trillions at stake.
I guess if their control and reach really is that deep and extensive, do we have to play by their rules? I mean, we have to? There's no other way around it?
Light mitochondria DNA is the only way. What does that mean? It means photons of light from the sun quantum entangles DHA in your retina, setting the tone or the pace through your nerve in your eye, through your suprachiasmatic nucleus, or a node in your brain, basically, that talks to the sun by angles of light or amount of light that comes through the atmosphere to set the pace for all of your mitochondria all day long. It's essentially the guidepost or the instruction for every bit of healing that you need, and it starts with sunrise. The sun is always here. It's always going to rise. It doesn't matter if you live in Toronto, Chicago, Miami, Ecuador, wherever you live, the sun is always going to rise, and it's free red light therapy every single day through your eye, naked eyes to realize the lies, and on your skin. It can be no other way. This is why every religious temple, cathedral is lined up on an east-west line. It's why our cities are lined up on east-west lines. Ancient civilizations, masons, people who built the cities, bricklayers, the salt of the earth, people knew how to do this. So we just crossed the equinox where the sun was directly on this east-west line, half day, half night for every person on the planet. This is my street that I gauge the sun with. You can't even see it. It's so bright. But on the equinox, if I stand on the right spot of this mountain, it crosses over this line. We're a couple days past it now, so it's a little bit to the north. You have to understand how sunlight works. That is step one to fixing anything.
Sun gazing seems interesting. I might have to give it a shot. Gosh, with the introduction of AI, it makes all these videos that much less potent.
Lady Gaga has become completely different, and everything got worse after her ritual at Coachella. She's not even hiding it anymore. Everyone there thought they were attending a real concert, but it was actually a full-on satanic ritual. Too many people overestimate Lady Gaga, but she stopped being normal the moment she allowed something like being vomited on in public. Yes, that really happened. So imagine what she's capable of in private. It must be far worse. Last year at Coachella, she made a special appearance. There was a Lady Gaga dressed in white and another in black. Both performed Poker Face, her first major hit. At the same time, the entire stage was set on a giant chessboard because, like I told you, it's a ritual, and rituals always take place on a chessboard, what's known as a dualistic plane. And at the end of the performance, the Lady Gaga in black knocks out the one in white, and the floor turns red as if it were blood, because the color red symbolizes sacrifice, the sacrifice of her former self. In reality, if you look at the path of global celebrities, they always follow the same pattern. The person goes through a trial, then is made to show a symbolic death on stage, and then comes back to life. And each time, it comes with a new artistic direction. During that same concert, Lady Gaga performs Paparazzi, and at that moment, she is dressed exactly like the character from the film Metropolis, which represents Lucifer in that movie. The worst part is how closely she is linked to Marina Abramovich. You can practically see them as best friends. Marina Abramovich is often seen as a figure associated with ritualistic performances, and many artists turn to her for these kinds of shows. And it's not just at Coachella. During another performance, Lady Gaga appeared right in the middle of a giant eye, a clear symbol suggesting total control by higher power. Whether you like it or not, Lady Gaga has been surrounded by these strange symbols for a long time. Even back in Poker Face, she was already making the eye sign, and that song came out in 2008, so she hasn't been the same for a very long time.
So in this realm, the physical realm, the rituals and occult traditions that they follow, they don't really make sense, but I'm beginning to wonder if the thoughts and intentions behind them transform into something more, into another realm, inside of a spiritual realm or otherwise, making them more significant than here. I mean, realistically, the algorithm reads our minds better than us sometimes. Again, thick symbolism that we don't understand in this realm. So maybe it's just more apparent, more meaningful, more tangible in another realm somehow. Alright, so maybe it's just winks and nods or some sort of code signs for other people that are in the loop.
To look at them, you'd never know they're cannibals. They look just like two normal people.
I did not know that. That's wonderful that he's telling people that on national television. You've raised him well. You're so proud of him right now.
I had a sister once.
Proud of him right now.
I had a sister once.
Here's the worst part. If you could choose a show to crack a joke like that, then this has got to be the worst host and the worst show to say something like this. Once again, a dark truth hidden in comedy. Not that I find it funny in any way, shape or form, and I'm sure you guys don't. Even Ellen made a little hint to say, this is on national TV, and here it is right in front of us with everything we know now, and it's fair to say that this has not aged well. I don't really know much about this guy's parent, but who even speaks about the parents in such weird ways?
You know, maybe they just have some sick, twisted sense of humor and they're just making jokes to each other. They said you could go home early. Go.